Hi, I am Paige. There's a story my mom has told at every family gathering for as long as I can remember. The story of how she once threw me onto the bed as a baby because I wouldn't stop crying. She tells it like it's funny, like it's proof of how difficult I was. And for years, I believed her. I carried that shame quietly, the feeling that something was wrong with me for feeling too much, crying too easily, needing too much. It followed me into adulthood, showing up every time I teared up in front of someone and immediately apologized for it. But then I started learning about trauma. And one question kept nagging at me. What if I wasn't difficult at all? What if I was just sensitive? And nobody around me knew what to do with that. So I went looking for answers. I dove into the psychology of people who cry easily, and what I found didn't just explain my childhood. It rewrote it. There's a concept called the highly sensitive person, first studied by psychologist Elaine Aron in the 1990s. She discovered that around 15 to 20% of people are born with a nervous system that processes information more deeply than others. That means we feel things more intensely. Sounds, emotions, other people's pain, even our own. Crying, for us, isn't weakness. It's our body's way of releasing an emotional load that's simply bigger than what others carry. Then I found the orchid and dandelion theory of differential susceptibility. It suggests some people are dandelions, able to grow and cope almost anywhere, regardless of their environment. Others are orchids, wired with a nervous system so responsive that it reacts more intensely to everything around it. Orchids don't just feel their own emotions strongly. They absorb the emotional temperature of a room. That heightened wiring means the threshold for tears sits much lower than it does for most people. There's also a biological piece to it. Researchers who study empathy have found that highly empathic people show more activity in the brain regions responsible for mirroring other people's emotional states. We don't just witness someone's pain. We feel a version of it ourselves. And biochemically, crying is the body's release valve. Tears carry out stress hormones like cortisol, so a nervous system that reaches emotional capacity faster is also going to reach for that release faster. That's when it hit me. I wasn't a difficult baby. My nervous system was simply built to feel more, faster, and deeper, and crying was never the problem. It was the evidence. I don't believe that anymore. Now, when I feel tears coming, I don't shame myself into silence. I ask what my body is trying to tell me. Sensitivity was never my flaw. It meant I feel deeply, connect deeply, and empathize in ways not everyone can. If you were told your tears were a problem, I want you to hear this. You were not too much. You were a child whose big feelings needed a calmer world around them. It's not too late to give yourself that world now. So tell me, do you cry easily too? Were you ever made to feel ashamed of it? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. I'd love to hear your story.